And this is the stabilization test of the front camera. Let me know what you think of the result in the comments section.
Another example I wanted to give you is if you are at a concert and you have to be in the last row. As you can see, this is the result you can get, a much better result than previous iPhones, which had a much shorter focal range. With the 5x zoom plus the digital zoom, you can get incredibly close to the characters on stage, and the result and quality are truly exceptional. I will start with the photos, which are exceptional with any of the 3 rear lenses in good daylight and mid-afternoon conditions. As you can see, the dynamic range, contrast, and colors are exceptional. In this camera, you won't find any issues. The selfie feature is also really good, and what stands out is the 5x zoom, which gives spectacular results like this. I'm going to give you a range from 0.5 to 5x zoom and digital zoom, so you can see what this camera can do. And as you can see, for me the result is much more than positive. I would say excellent in these lighting conditions. This is the 5x camera, and this would be the digital zoom, with which you can have a more than usable image at any time. To show you a more favorable lighting situation, we are going to examine the 5x zoom, the novelty of this year, and it does an exceptional job. And then the digital zoom, which reaches an extreme situation where, under good light conditions, the result is excellent. In indoor situations, closed environments, at night, with low light, as you can see, the result is also very, very good. Obviously, it is not as good as the result of the previous camera during the day, but at night the camera delivers an exceptional result, and the 5x zoom, which is the novelty this year, is exceptional. Then we have some more night photos, so you can see the results. And I believe that for me, it is more than satisfactory because at night, at least in photo mode, the camera controls the light flares from streetlights and shop windows better than in video mode.
And this is the stabilization test of the front camera. Let me know what you think of the result in the comments section.
From now on, I will narrate all the other camera modes, starting with the cinematic mode in K with the front camera. And as you can see, this iPhone 15 Pro Max does not do a good job because my hair, which is loose in the wind, is not well captured in the final image. This is something that happens when you have slightly unruly hair or don't have a well-defined image due to the shape, something the folks at Apple should take better care of if they want to call this cinematic mode. Depending on your hair type and the way you want to record, the effect will turn out better or worse. What is very well achieved and exceptional is the stabilization with the 1x camera. As you can see, I am walking completely normally at a brisk pace, and the stabilization is perfect. It practically looks like you are holding a gimbal in your hand. For me, the stabilization of the iPhone generation after generation may be one of the best you can find in a mobile phone. Apart from the stabilization with the 1x camera, I also want to show you the stabilization with the 0.5x camera, which is also truly exceptional and provides a much wider image to the viewer, capturing more around without losing stabilization, something that, as I say, is highly recommended for anyone who wants to use this camera for recording in motion. Now we will move on to see an example of the new 5x zoom and the digital zoom that this iPhone 15 Pro Max has. As you can see, I am situated in an amphitheater in one of the last positions on purpose because I want to show you the zoom capacity and range of this camera. And as you can see, I am focusing on the presenter with a bird, which has red wings and can only be seen if you zoom in a lot according to the image. As you can see, I am quite far from the presenter, and the result is very good. In the mid-afternoon with a lighting situation, as you can see from the overcast clouds, the result is also exceptional. So both day and night you will get a great result with the X zoom. Another example I wanted to give you is if you are at a concert and you have to be in the last row. As you can see, this is the result you can get, a much better result than previous iPhones, which had a much shorter focal range. With the 5x zoom plus the digital zoom, you can get incredibly close to the characters on stage, and the result and quality are truly exceptional. Another thing I want to show you is the super slow motion. A slow motion that probably isn't the slowest on the market, but in terms of quality, it is truly exceptional because any detail you want to capture is really usable in a professional recording. And speaking of professional recordings, as you can see, you can use apps like Filmic Pro and switch to Apple's ProRes format. You can achieve results like this, a result which, evidently depending on the lighting situation, will be better or worse, but in this completely dark amphitheater, it has managed to capture many details where other cameras would only pick up noise or see it as completely black.